The Ultimate Trivia Podcast.
Welcome to the Ultimate Trivia Podcast, the show where knowledge is power and laughter is our only reward. I'm your host, Andy. We have the crew here with us. We've got Brian. Say hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
We got Kelly over there.
Hi.
Scott is opposite the table.
Hey-ho.
And Mr. Nicholas.
Hello, listeners.
Welcome in. Thank you. That was beautiful.
Was that
by the
good?
way. Yeah, I like it.
Delilah.
Quiet storm.
Copyright. All right. Scott has got an outstanding trivia written for us. It'll take us right back into our childhood.
I'll be the judge of that.
You're calling that
see.
pretty early.
But
It could be crap, but
it could be. He's delivered pretty well for us to this point,
Has
I
he?
feel like. Who wrote this one? You or your
I did.
lovely wife?
I wrote it.
Okay. So our listener question of the week, we'll get to that first, of course, and that comes in from an Alan. He sent it directly to our email, which we want to encourage you to do as well. And it reads, if you were to create a website that reflects your personality, what would the web address be, and what is the content of your site? And I think that we should assign these to each individual. So let's start with Kelly, Scott, Nick, Brian. What is the name and what fills Kelly's website?
I don't have a name for it. I see you.
I see you.
I see you in your travels and video recording, like whether it's a national park, whatever forest, and narrating his
Kelly's got the
adventure.
strongest social media game out of the five of us.
For sure.
Sunsets.com.
No question.
For sure.
Sunsets.com.
Sunsets.
Sunset.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I mean,
Although
a lot of sunsets.
I would also like to incorporate his the pet peeve of pet peeves somehow, because this defines Kelly to some degree. Everybody should just do what they want.
Yeah.
Why is anybody
Let's
upset
just let
with
nature be
anything?
nature.
Yeah.
Hey, man, just relax.
Flower child, right? You know, be cool,
Yes.
man. Be
Oh,
cool.
Everybody just be cool.
Maybe a walk through the Norwoods.
Oh,
man.
I like that.
Or
I
a
like
journey
that.
through the Norwoods.
I like that.
But it would just be him. Maybe it's just videos of him going through the wilderness and talking about it. You know, David Attenborough-esque, like, you know. That's what I see for him.
Okay.
Yes.
Scotty, you got anything to add to that content?
I'm going doubledribble.com,
That's awesome.
where Kelly does instructional videos for young.
On how to double dribble?
Well, no, just a play on words.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah,
Oh, they all double dribble nowadays. Travel.
it's true. It's where he explains basketball rules to people that know nothing about the game.
I like it.
I like that too.
Yeah.
it. In the
really
woods, though. He's doing all of this while in the woods
Fort
at
in the woods
sunset.
At sunset.
All right. It's been defined. Let's move on to B here. BQ. This has to be medically based. I have a feeling.
I'm trying to think what kind of talents you actually have, Brian.
Wow.
You know, maybe it's just
wow.
maybe it's just Brian sitting at a table just talking about Dave Matthews at nauseum, just
DMBcovers.com.
just breaking down Dave Matthews, just breaking it down. I don't know. I need some help with it.
This one time in college.com.
Very good.
Storytelling.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
That's right.
And it's the same story like multiple times.
It's just on repeat.
I do
It's like
that.
a
I do
gif
that.
or
You're a
whatever,
repeat
right?
offender when it comes to stories.
I am.
Yeah,
I know.
looping.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
Maybe
Guilty.
the website is something along the lines of you may have already heard this one.
Yeah,
.com.
yeah,
There you go.
I like
.com.
that. I like that. I like that.
I could see that.
Stop me if you've heard this one.
But I'm going to tell you anyway.
That or just critiquing mafia movies for hours on end.
Oh,
I
that
don't know.
definitely
I
has
can
to
do
be
that.
in there.
Yeah.
I can
That
do
definitely has to be in there. And his love of Motown, I think,
Yeah?
also
Oh,
should be
yeah.
included.
You're a man of many talents. That's why it's so hard to pinpoint
That's
one.
right.
How about that, Brian?
Nice save.
That help?
Good save. Good
That help?
save.
You're so good at so many things.
Jack of all trades.
Yes.
Master of
We're turning to Nick. Nick is, there's an iron fist somewhere in there.
Theboss.com.
The boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, because he's like kind of the boss.
no doubt.
Family, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, not just his wife and kids, family. Parents come to him, brothers, sisters, kids, nephews.
He's not the oldest. He's not,
He's
whatever,
kind
but
of the
he
boss.
is the
He's kind of the boss.
the center point.
Yeah.
But what am I
boss
doing?
of me.
though?
Boss the builder.
You're bossing people.
Just telling people
Just
what to do.
telling you're pointing, doing a lot of pointing. I don't know.
Telling people how to act around him.
Let's not forget his prowess in the kitchen. This has to be a part of it as well.
Some
Absolutely.
cooking,
Is he
telling
building kitchens?
people he loves them without actually saying love.
That's true.
Yeah, that's right.
the apron
All
boss.
the
Right.
antonyms. The apron boss.
50 ways to not say I love you.
Yes.
.com.
Yep.
50 Shades.
50 Shades.
50 Shades.
You don't have to say it. They should just know. Okay.
That's right.
Hey, Nick,
Yes.
I love you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Not that hard.
He'll tell you. He just won't
Right.
tell the kids.
Thank you.
Oh, boy.
He told me on his 40th birthday. And I was like,
was
how hard was that?
It slipped. Okay. It slipped.
Accidental I love you.
My
He's like, I
tongue,
didn't mean it.
No.
my tongue fell.
What's the name? I don't think we've defined a name for the podcast.
I like the boss.
The boss.
But just
theboss.com.
Yeah, I like that.
The apron
Yeah.
boss.
He is definitely the most decisive.
Kitchen boss.
Okay.
We need a decision. We turn to Nick and say, Nick, make a decision between, and he does it. Right?
Does,
and that's
yeah.
harder than it
Yeah,
sounds.
It is. Absolutely.
okay.
All right, Scotty. You're the one. There's a
Do your
scroll,
worst.
an educational scroll somewhere to define your doctor status.
You're kind of an ass.com.
It might be the most fitting one yet, actually.
You think
In a
you're better
good
than
way.
me? Kinda.
yeah.
.com.
.com.
Kinda.com.
I feel music related.
Yeah. Pop culture in general. Pop culture trivia, I feel like, would be the overall theme.
Almost like a
Music snob, maybe?
maybe like
No.
like a mixtape.com. Like you are building
Ah, yeah.
people
Yeah, I like that.
like almost like I can see people sending you a situation and they need a playlist for it.
Nick, I'm like very excited. I would love to make mixtapes for people.
Oh, that's,
That's what I'm seeing.
Who it's for?
that's a fantastic idea.
What
actually. That's
sentiment
great.
do you want to,
Yeah.
send?
Yeah.
And maybe like a handful of genres.
Yeah.
And you have to build 12
Yeah.
track
I could see Scotty have like a Google Doc where you fill out all these fields and that gives him the information he needs.
And it goes from that to make
and
tape.
he builds you the mixtape.
You're
12
creating a
track.
business
I was
idea.
gonna say,
I know,
This is
exactly.
a business idea.
Yeah.
I have my kid's birthday party coming up.
Yes.
She's 6,
Yes.
so
Yeah,
and you're
yeah,
in
yeah.
there.
You're able to tell him the things that your kid likes or whatever it is, and he builds the playlist.
Aren't we supposed to be making fun of these people?
Yeah.
And we are flattering
I
him
don't-
in no
I don't
end.
know how it got to children's music.
Stroking the ego. Stroking the ego.
Well, because he was DJing at the bar one night and he knows all these kids' songs.
Yeah.
Playing Party in the USA. I'm like, how do you know this? He's like, this is what the kids like.
The kids. Yeah.
You
People
know.
going
The kids.
provocative.
All
That's what I
right.
see for you.
I like it. Let's have it.
The
boys.
arrogant
What do we
DJ.
My
got?
turn.
What do we have for Andrew
What do
here?
we have for Andrew?
Let me think.
Let's see. I suck at hunting.
Right.
Overly emotional.
Well, I was going to go with the emotional route.
Yeah, of course.
Something about crying during commercials.com.
Yeah.
The emotional hunter.
The Hallmark Hunter.
The hallmark.
You can't.
Oh, yeah, there it is. I love that.
Can you really call him a hunter? Well, I guess he's a
Yes.
hunter. He's just not a killer. He just doesn't actually kill the animal.
Yeah.
He
He
hunts
gets
it.
the gun up, he starts to
hunts
cry,
it.
puts it
Yes.
down.
starts to cry.
I can't
I
kill
lock
Bambi.
eyes with the animal.
He's like, now he's my pet deer. I mean,
Yeah.
we hang out.
That's right.
That's my favorite squirrel.
Yeah.
to think.
I mean, the emotional one definitely jumps out.
Yeah.
Like Kelly, nature
Yes.
definitely jumps out.
Yeah, for sure.
I like the Hallmark Hunter.
I do like the Hallmark Hunter. That's
good.
great. That's a good one.
So it's the picture. But he's in the woods looking at deer that he's not going to shoot, and then cries about
Cry.
it, and then just weeps at the beauty of it.
Yeah, what's the content? Is this just videos of me doing
I don't.
this?
I don't
No,
get.
it's just
the-
you've been really into hunting lately. It's a good
Definitely.
thing, right?
Outside.
But we also know sensitive, emotional guys. So it's nothing to do with them together necessarily. But
He tries to teach a
that's
deer
two
math.
big things. You're an emotional guy. So I don't think it's
he teaches animals
together.
math and why they should like soccer,
Yeah,
but none of them get it.
that's true.
I can see that.
And then I shoot them. And then I cry about it. I don't know. Oh, that was a lot of fun, guys. Well, thank you, Alan, for submitting a great question. We like making fun of each other, and this gave us a wonderful forum for it. So if you'd like to send a question in, we need some questions, guys. Let's get them going. Send them to our email at theultimatetriviapodcast@gmail.com. You also can hit any of the direct messages from the socials. We'll throw some out, call to actions, they call that out there, so you guys have a place to leave some comments. All right, well, today's episode, as I mentioned, is going to be hosted by Scott. It is taking us back to our childhood. How far back will be up to you, I guess. We're diving into the world of toys. No particular era, no particular genre. Toys are more than just objects for play. They are essential tools for human development, sparking creativity, learning, and social interaction. From simple building blocks to intricate dolls and action figures, toys come in many forms, each designed to engage the user in different ways. They encourage imagination, problem solving, and physical coordination while offering a means of emotional expression and entertainment. It's definitely a different way of looking at a He-Man soldier, but none of it's wrong, right?
Correct.
I mean, the imagination that a kid goes through when they are utilizing these toys to make their own universe, their own wars or whatever. I mean, that's huge, right?
I remember doing that as a kid.
100%.
My G.I. Joe and He-Man would play with my sister's Barbies, and sometimes there's some nefarious things going on. But
Michael Jackson got thrown in the trash.
yeah. But one of my favorite things is my 4-year-old son. Like, he's got some toys, and I just sit there and listen to him, and just the imagination where he picks up stuff and the stuff he says is just
It's awesome.
it's just great to hear. It's the creativity process going on.
Yeah, that is brain activity, right? And my daughter, of my 3 children, my daughter could sit down with a set of Barbies or dolls. I mean, literally for 12 hours, just keep herself entertained.
Yeah.
That's a skill. I mean, that's a skill in itself.
That's like a great answer to a question of the week in the future. Like, what childhood thing do you wish you still had? And it would be imagination.
It would be. Great point.
It
Would be.
definitely would be.
You could create an entire
That's
world.
Yeah.
Dynamite drop in.
Yeah, that would be awesome because it goes away.
Well, I live in a neighborhood with lots of kids, and I just love watching them play, and I have no idea what they're doing.
Yeah. Well,
You know what I mean?
When you know it's good.
Like, they're out there running around doing weird things, and you have no idea what they're doing. They're not playing a sport. They're not playing a game. They're doing something completely odd.
Fighting imaginary bad guys and
Scott's offering them candy.
Getting my Bronco, it's really cool.
seen my basement. Getting my
I got a PS5 in the basement, kids. Wanna come check it
It's a
out.
payday with your name on it.
I bet you that's a pretty weird playlist. He's got playing when he brings those kids into the basement.
All right, are we ready? I'm sweating.
Damn, I wish I was your love.
It's time for the main event, our 10-question trivia game on toys, hosted this week by Scott. Here's how it works. Scott will read the questions. We will write our answers on the whiteboards. When Scott says reveal, we'll all show our answers. And if we get it right, we earn a point. And if we don't, Scott is sure to make fun of us. Doctor, the mic is all yours.
Thanks, Andy. All right, boys, we're going to play some trivia. As always, we have our bearded Vanna White Nicholas keeping score.
Love that.
Brought to you by theboss.com.
Nice. Very
Scorekeeping. Brought to you.
All right.
I got it. Yep.
Okay, good. Whiteboards at the ready. Here is question number 1. These plastic construction toys consist of colored interlocking bricks. Looking for the brand name.
I like this question. I'm curious how strict you will be with the answer.
These.
I'm confused on how strict you
Yeah.
can be with that.
Yeah.
I thought this was
Now I'm not so confident in my
I
answer.
thought this was layup-esque and
Yeah, that's what I think.
It may not be, but there's a nuance to it, in my opinion.
Do you want me to read it again?
I'm fine with it. I got
Okay.
my answer.
Everybody good?
Yeah,
I'm not changing anything.
No.
All right, great. Let's reveal.
Lego.
We have Legos across the board. That is correct.
All right.
Very good.
What were you
curious.
talking about?
Lego block.
Legos is not a word.
Oh,
I had Lego.
Including the plural is not Legos.
Yeah.
Hey, man, that's why I wanted to know. Scott's a bit of a stickler.
How do
Yeah.
you know that Legos is not a word?
Because I watched Lego Master with my son for 3 seasons, and they made a point of emphasis that the plural does not have an S on it. It is
Legi.
that's what I was going to go with. Like
Lego.
cacti.
Shout out Dex. Lego World, baby.
That's right. Well, Lego is correct.
Very good.
Lego produces about 36 billion bricks annually and is the largest toy manufacturer in the world by sales.
That's impressive.
Wow, that is. Although they are really expensive.
Right. They've gotten more over time.
Yeah.
The company name is derived from the Danish word legat, which means play well.
Nice. Huh. Look at that dynamite piece of trivia. All right.
All right.
Never a big Lego guy. I mean, I toyed around.
I played with
like
them.
Anybody
I played with
else,
them.
but-
I mean, did everyone own
Yeah.
a set
Yes.
of some kind?
Yes.
I had the huge satchel with the rope tie around there with the rings through it. You put all your Legos in there, cinch it. It's just like a hobo
I've seen
set.
that. Yeah.
Do we have Legos?
Yeah.
I never remember having a set.
I don't remember.
We had a huge tub with tons of Lego and built a house or whatever
Yeah.
you did. But
I don't ever
sets.
remember like building, like the Millennium Falcon or something like that. I don't remember having anything like that. Just having a ton of Legos.
Right.
Yeah.
Andy used his imagination and built a house. I built castles.
Yeah. No, mine was very rudimentary too.
Okay, let's move along to question number 2. This toy consisted of a lighted box that the user would cover with black paper and then punch through the paper with translucent plastic pegs. The pegs would illuminate, often revealing a picture or word.
Yeah.
Looking for the name of this toy.
Brian liked this one.
I remember this toy, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was quick with that.
Yeah. I feel good.
Yeah.
Everybody have an answer? Or
Yep.
Do
Andy usually hosts, and now I know you always talk about Kelly being quick on the board.
You just can't ever see him write anything
He's
down.
sitting to my left. You think I would see him right. So, all right.
like a
Well,
ninja.
let's reveal. Nick has Light Bright. Andy does. So does Brian. And Kelly also has Light Bright. Of course, you guys are correct.
Yeah.
I think that's
know
the
we
correct
had
spelling
this.
too, Andy.
BRIT.
I was thinking the same thing when I was writing it. I was like,
Yeah,
I think
I
it's.
think you're
I think
right.
they both ended with an E. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the light and bright. Yep.
Yeah.
Boom. Is that a bonus
Stupid.
point? No.
No.
Stupid. Yeah.
Just like Miller Lights.
Why spell it wrong on purpose? Makes no sense.
I feel like that's an
Quick
accept.
copy
Sorry,
with the
sorry,
K.
Doc.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like that's acceptable.
Cool,
like
but-
a website, SITE,
No,
right? Or light even is acceptable as LITE, like formally acceptable. Now,
Is
right?
it? Other
Well,
than
that's beer, right?
Miller
You're
Lite,
right.
I mean,
No, not like a light.
it's a
You
light.
wouldn't
It
see
has,
that in print anyway.
it has a light bulb. I mean, that's LIGHT.
Hey, good job.
I can
Nick.
spell sometimes.
Yeah.
5th grade spelling. Got that part.
That was last
Where was the spelling category the last episode? I think we had one of these. I never saw a great appeal in the light bright. It did nothing for me.
I remember playing with one when I was little.
Oh,
but
I played with
I don't
it.
remember a lot about
Yeah.
it, but I do remember
And
playing with one.
we had one.
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
It just,
Sure.
Like a color by number, right? I mean,
I
it's
guess.
Yeah.
It's
whatever.
I think the appeal was if the picture was intricate enough, you really couldn't tell what it was until you illuminated it.
I guess.
So you put the pegs in with it turned off.
Yeah. And then you turn, at least that's
reveal.
what I did. And then you flip it on. You're like,
And
oh, it's
it's
a-
like Christmas morning.
yeah. Yeah. There you go.
Live news.
That's right. Well, originally marketed in 1967, the toy consisted of 8 peg colors. Officially licensed templates were sold so that children could create characters such as Scooby-Doo, Mickey Mouse, and many more. Blank sheets were also available for those children who wanted to create their own image.
Nice. Yeah, I remember doing more of that, where you just kind of,
Freehand.
freehand. That's the way to say it.
All right, well, let's move along to question number 3. Originally released in 1960, this pull-string talking doll spoke 11 different phrases, including, I love you, I hurt myself, and please take me with you. Originally released in 1960, this pull-string talking doll spoke 11 different phrases, including, I love you. See, Nick, not too hard to say.
Yeah, a doll can say it. Come on.
I hurt myself. A little disturbing. And please take me with you. Also somewhat disturbing.
I cut myself.
Right, exactly. It's
No, there's so many
The word
jokes.
pull string is tripping me up.
I think
Pull string.
I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about. I just don't know the name of it. I know
Yeah.
exactly the toy. I just can't,
well, I read it twice. I will not read it a third time for you morons.
Taking a hard line. You morons. I think we're all 2 for 2 at this point. So,
I'm surrounded by morons.
Right. I know the answer.
I'll know it if I hear it.
We're on the verge of a 10-second count, I think.
Yes.
Spelling doesn't count, correct?
So, no. I'll make fun of you either way, even if you spell it perfectly correct.
Okay.
All right, looks like everyone's ready. Let's reveal. We have Talking Tommy from Nick, Raggedy Ann from Andy, Talking Baby Doll from Brian, and Howdy Doody from Kelly. We do not have a correct.
I was hopeful. I was
Wait a
very
minute, wait a
hopeful.
minute. Yeah, we do. It was a talking baby doll. That's what it was.
Was it Toy Story?
It's actually a grown man.
Actually, it was a toddler. So, but the answer
My
is
buddy?
Chatty Cathy.
Oh, yeah, I
Cathy,
was
Cathy.
nowhere. I was
Never
nowhere.
heard of it.
It is a
I've heard of
phrase we've probably
I've heard somebody being called a Chatty Cathy.
right.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, Chatty Cathy was designed to look like a 5-year-old Caucasian girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. After successful sales,
Sorry.
Shot.
You're
You're gonna want to start over.
I'm sorry, Doc.
After successful sales, brunette and auburn-haired dolls were introduced as well as an African-American version of the doll. A 1963 episode of The Twilight Zone featured a murderous doll named Talkie Tina, who was voiced by the same actress who provided the voice for Chatty Cathy.
Nice.
Oh,
That
wow.
is solid trivia right there.
That's good background. I like
Yeah.
that.
What was the Twilight Zone version? Talking Tammy?
Tina.
Talkie
Talkie
Tina.
Tina. Okay. Well,
Talkie
Nick, you weren't
Tina.
too far off then.
Oh, I've never heard of the Chatty Cathy doll though.
Yeah, I can't-
I've heard of people being called a Chatty Cathy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
many a times.
Yeah.
So then the trivia becomes, is that a phrase referencing the doll, or was that a phrase before the doll even existed?
I feel like that's
Yeah,
an
there
answer
you go.
the host should have.
Yeah, well, I can't research everything.
I'm not asking for everything, just something very specific to that question.
Doctors are usually pretty good at
Yeah.
research too, you know. So-
Apparently not.
But the data is in, and you are a jerk. It is confirmed.
The jerk's so called.
They're running out of you.
Jerk Jack.
All right.
Okay. Let's see if you idiots can do this one. Question number 4.
Hold on. I would love it if the rest of this episode you were just a complete jerk to us with every question. I'd go
Okay.
for that.
Is
All
that
right.
something new?
Yeah.
But more
You
intentional.
want me to lean into it?
Little over the
Lean
top.
into it?
Yeah.
All right, I will. Question 4.
Twist the arm.
To solve this square puzzle, the user must twist the interlocking pieces until each of the 6 sides of the square are the same color. When solved, each side of the square will be a different color.
All right. The question started a little weird, but I'm pretty sure we got there.
Everyone has an answer, or do I need to
No, we're good.
repeat it and read it much slower?
I think we're good.
No? Okay. Let's reveal, starting with Kelly this time. We got Rubik's Cube, and I'll just look around the room, and everybody has Rubik's Cube, which, of course, is the correct answer.
Have you watched the video this kid puts it together in like 1 second, 1.2?
Dude, they do
I've
it
seen that.
blindfolded.
It's incredible. I think it's like 0.8. It might even be under a second. And he
Yeah.
he gets it and he's like, boop, sets it down. It's just crazy. I don't know how you.
Yeah.
I don't either.
No,
There has to be a
it's a
trick.
competition thing. Like
crazy.
they go, they pick it up, they look at it, and once they put it down,
Yeah.
and then like once they go, they start the clock. And
Yeah.
seriously, it's done in a matter.
I think
It's
it
a
was-
second or two.
I think it was like 0.8. Well, I
Yeah.
saw a kid.
It was nuts.
I mean, it's insane. Like,
Yeah.
how does
It was
that
nuts.
You've
possibly-
seen the. I'm not imagining this though, right? They do it blindfolded too.
No, I've seen that, but I
I've
believe
So
never
there
seen
has
it
to be
blindfolded.
some
How would you
algorithm.
How would you
get
There's
it
an
done?
algorithm.
How would you
that
match
just-
up colors
that
if you
tells me
couldn't
there's
see
no
them?
color.
They
That's
look at it
just-
beforehand.
Oh,
blind themselves.
then they blindfold.
So
And-
it's,
oh, wow.
it's a
There's
memorization.
something about the center color on each side is the color that side's supposed to be, because you can't change the center.
For our listeners, I could waste away an afternoon working on one of those.
Yeah,
Really?
A year?
yeah, that's fun.
There is actually there's a method. If you keep doing, it's like 4 moves. You just keep repeating them, and eventually,
And eventually
it'll
gets
get there.
there.
Is that right?
Yeah,
That I
like
did.
you turn this, and then you turn this one, and if you just keep doing that, you'll.
Has
you'll
anyone ever solved a Rubik's Cube?
Only one side.
No.
That's all. That's my mission. Is one side all the same color.
No, I don't have the patience for it.
This is a toy I didn't really play with. No.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, but I remember as a kid, someone went as far as to take the stickers off. And you know what I mean? And
Cheating jerk.
Yeah, that is dedication to being deceitful.
But no, doing it as a joke. It wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They weren't tricking anybody. It was just goofing off.
I don't like it. I don't like the person, whoever it is.
And apparently it's easy to
It was Scott.
break
It's your
apart.
mom. So that's weird.
No, it was not. Connie Walter's a saint.
I agree.
She would never.
I agree.
She would never.
What were you saying, Scott, about it?
I read that it's easy to take apart.
Oh,
So people
is it?
could
Yeah,
take it
yeah.
apart and then just reassemble it the way you want it.
Yeah.
But not in 1.6 seconds.
No, that would be impressive.
That's insane, though. I can't.
Really
I
impressive.
can't.
No,
imagine
it's nuts.
that-
I know the videos you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's
Insane.
crazy. It's crazy.
All right, well, you may not care, but I'm going to tell you about it. This 3D combination puzzle was invented in 1974 by Hungarian sculptor and professor of architecture Erno Rubik. Originally called the Magic Cube, the toy became really popular when it was released internationally in 1980. Although it reached its mainstream popularity in the 80s, it is still widely available for purchase.
Is there a moment anybody remembers being introduced to it? Was it in a movie? Did it play a prominent role in a movie?
Nope.
The time?
It's just one of those toys that's always around.
It's
when
just-
you're
yeah,
young.
like Slinky.
Somebody had it.
It was just there.
Yeah, like
it was
a
just
Slinky.
there. Yeah.
It's like
Always
everybody-
a-
yeah.
There's
somebody
a
had
Slinky in this house somewhere.
Yeah.
it. I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to question 5. Because you guys are idiots, I have a hint in this question.
I love it.
So I tried to dumb it down the best I could. This was the first toy to be advertised on television. Here's your hint, morons. This toy appears in the movie Toy Story.
Okay. Well, all right.
The first toy to be advertised on television.
Do we have a year on that?
I will tell you the year
But
when I give you the answer.
so it's okay.
And I'm not accepting questions at this time.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the advent of television?
Well, yes.
Okay.
It happened.
That
It
could help.
happened. at
That
one
might help you
time.
out.
Oh man, there's like
Couple
4 of
things.
them in my head that I want
I
to put
don't-
down, and I want to put them all down.
Yep.
This is tough.
Yeah, I figured by telling you it's in the movie Toy Story, at least have a.
Is it tough?
That's really helpful. Movie about toys.
Yeah.
That possibly
have
there was a toy in
50
it.
toys in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're
Dynamite.
insulting my hint.
Dynamite dropping.
Kelly,
Well
are
done.
you confident sitting over there?
No, I just think it's right.
Okay. Well, I like
That seems like
your
that,
commitment.
That is
that's
confidence.
I think
confidence.
that's what that means.
I definitely
You know.
I'm sure I don't know a lot of words.
All right, I'm committed.
Okay. Let's reveal. Nick with Erector Set, Andy with Army Men, Brian with Red Ryder BB Gun, love it, and Kelly with a Slinky. We do not have a correct
Is it Mr.
answer.
Potato Head?
It is Mr. Potato Head.
Dog it! That was my other one. Dang.
And
Yeah.
to answer Andy's question, on April 30th, 1952,
Ooh, that's early.
Mr. Potato Head made his television debut. I'm sure you all know the toy consisted of a plastic model of a potato to which various plastic parts can be easily attached. The ears, the mouth, the eyes, etc., etc.
I think you stored them in the caboose too, right? There was a
There
compartment.
was a compartment
yeah.
in the back.
In the-
Yeah.
in the-
Absolutely.
Bootay.
That's where I like the store.
Your parts.
Recap that question again. It was the first toy
To be advertised on TV.
on TV. Okay.
Yeah.
In 1952. I mean, that's early for
Yeah.
having a commercial even.
Yeah. Did everyone have one? I remember we had one.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one.
Another
now
one of
for
those
my
things,
kids.
right?
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Everybody, there was just one in every house.
Yeah.
We had one.
Like a house.
Yeah, we had one.
That was Brian.
He said he didn't play with toys.
Yeah, that's true.
I was not a big toy. I don't remember being a big toy. I mean, I remember like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
I remember liking that. But I mean, that's the only one that like really sticks out. Oh, Lincoln Logs. Other than that, I don't.
Well, that's good.
Let's
Yeah.
not name
those
off a
two.
bunch of toys. We're only through the first half.
Yeah.
So maybe
Thank
don't,
you for
maybe
the
don't
hints.
do that.
Well, yeah. I'll take it. If
Oh, I
he
know.
wants to keep a
I
list.
guess.
For a while.
Right.
Right.
I'm not going to remember them anyway.
Like mitochondria.
Yeah, exactly. I have a dyslexic memory or something.
It doesn't even make sense.
Nothing does in this head, bud.
All right. Well, our right fielder, Nick Walter, that's where you put the worst player in baseball,
Oh, that's hilarious.
is on the scoreboard.
Yes.
Oh man. That is amazing.
That's funny.
Well done.
Nick, if you could just hit the cutoff man once and give us the score update, please.
Stop picking dandelions.
Oh my goodness.
It's a tie across the board. We all have 3.
Okay.
We all have 3.
Have we all gotten them all right or all wrong? Yeah. The last 2 we've gotten wrong.
Yeah, we've gotten the same ones right and the same ones wrong.
All right, we're moving on to question number 6. What is the 2-letter name of the company responsible for Beanie Babies? It is listed on the red heart-shaped tag attached to every toy. Andy is beyond confident. Brian's got a head nod going like he knows.
My board's higher than Brian's.
For
I'm
sure.
more confident than he is.
Nick is staring into space from right field, and Kelly's kerfluffled.
Kerfluffled.
What do you got? A word of the day email?
What 2-letter name of the company responsible for Beanie Babies? Every Beanie Baby has the name of this company name on the heart-shaped tag
Anybody
attached
collect
to the toy.
Anybody collect these or
No.
know anybody that had like a $1,000 one or anything weird?
My mom and sister used to collect them, but no, I didn't pay attention.
I got
I mean,
nothing.
they carried some significant value there for
Oh,
a
they
while.
did.
They did.
And now they're just a big pile of
There was a movie on it, too.
whatever. Was there?
Is there
Yeah,
really?
I think it was an Apple original. I can't remember who was in it.
Then that's probably
Oh,
good.
I know you're talking about. Yeah.
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 Kelly's board.
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
everybody have something on their board?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Is this really a toy?
Let's reveal. We have BA from Kelly, TY from Andy and Brian, and Nick is trying to change his, but he has TL. The correct answer is TY.
Tie Beanie Babies.
Does it stand for thank you?
I don't know. That's how they advertise them.
Well, I'll go just jump in and tell you about it. I know you're dying to know. Created by Ty Warner, so named after the
There you
creator.
go.
Obviously.
Beanie Babies emerged as a major fad and desired collectible during the second half of the 1990s. The first Beanie Babies were sold in Chicago for around $5 and featured 9 different babies. In 1995, Ty created the first iteration of the Ty website, the first website designed to sell directly to consumers.
Like of like any toy or just anything in?
I think anything in general, and it became
Really?
the first, considered like the first internet sensation, if you will.
Okay.
Is that the start of Amazon
Yeah.
Yeah.
or eBay? I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something, yeah.
So named after Ty Warner.
Ty Warner. Is he or she? Maybe I don't know. Is that
I think
name
it
mean
was
anything to
based
anybody?
on the preview of the movie. It was a guy.
It was about. So the movie was about
The
that
guy.
person.
About
Gotcha.
the guy. Yeah.
I don't know why I remember it. I just know the TY because when I worked at Eckert's,
Mhm.
they sold them in Eckert's because
Okay.
it was the late 90s and everybody, that was
Yeah.
the craze. And I just, for some reason, I remember that TY on that.
And I
label.
mean,
Yeah.
it's a decent sized tag, and it.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Big
whole
red heart,
and
yeah.
it's TY
TY,
is quite
it's-
large. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I remember the tag, and now that you said TY, I can see it.
Yeah.
But I don't remember any of my kids or anybody being really big into Beanie Babies.
No.
No, I don't either. I
Yeah.
just, like I said, worked at a store that sold them.
Huh, good on you.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on to question 7. The first part of this question is not meant to trick you. It is to make sure we're talking about a brand name.
Now I am certain it is meant to trick us.
Okay. I'm telling you that up front. So
Yeah, got it.
if and when you get it wrong,
Both you morons can follow along.
yeah. A trademark of Crayola, not meant to trick you. This toy contains silicone polymer and has very unusual properties. It can flow like a liquid, bounce, and be stretched or broken depending on the amount of physical stress to which it is subjected.
I know what you're describing. Let's have it again.
So I mentioned Crayola only because they have the rights to this toy. This toy contains silicone polymer and has very unusual properties. It can flow like a liquid, bounce, and be stretched or broken depending on the amount of physical stress to which it is subjected.
The flow like a liquid part is
That's thrown me off a bunch.
flubber.
I think that's a movie. Okay. See, the timeline matters again because I can think of something in different eras that match this.
Okay, I'll read it one more time. A trademark of Crayola, this toy contains silicone polymer and has very unusual properties. It can flow like a liquid, bounce, and be stretched or broken depending on the amount of physical stress to which it is subjected.
The liquid really,
That's what's throwing me off.
you know.
Flow like liquid.
I get it. I got it. I'm ready. I'm right.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yep.
Hundo?
I don't know if I'm ready to go there, but 90 plus.
So you're not
good.
right.
I'm just not as confident as I'm leading on, maybe.
I don't know.
Nick, did you write something?
I got some written down. Yeah.
Kelly is actively drawing pictures or writing. Brian has an answer. Andy has an answer.
Yes,
Not
sir.
feel good.
I have one that's not the right one, though.
Feeling decent. Okay, let's reveal. We have silly putty around everyone except Nick, who wrote Play-Doh. The correct answer is silly putty.
Silly
Oh,
putty.
there we go.
How does it flow like a liquid?
If you set it
That's in the
down,
description.
if you set it down, it will take whatever shape it is in or whatever.
I don't consider
is,
that flowing like a liquid.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's what I thought.
Is that like in the description of
Yeah, the
product?
Oh, okay.
But I mean, obviously, I guess a kid would do this. I mean, I don't know if you heat it up, if it would, if it would liquefy a little bit. I don't
remember
know.
seeing putty
Wasn't
ever
discovered on accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, he's going to give it to us.
So credit for the invention of silly putty is disputed and has been attributed to a wide variety of individuals. Can't pin it down on one person. Originally, though, it was sold in the U.S. and found worldwide fame when released to the global market in 1961. It became a hit in the Soviet Union and across Europe. In 1968, it was taken into lunar orbit by the Apollo 8 astronauts.
Oh. Were there any additional properties discovered with it being in orbit?
Good question, did not say.
I think they found out how to take a copy from a newspaper.
Yeah. That's funny.
So I went with Play-Doh just because of the colors. That's why I went that way.
Sure.
Crayola, I was like, no, I'll try that one.
Well, and there are products that my own children played with. I think one of them is referred to as floof. And then there's moon sand, and
I was thinking kinetic sand.
kinetics.
First.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
That they all kind of take on those properties, but they're of all the things that you mentioned, none of those bounced. And that's
Gotcha.
got it.
Initially, I was trying to find Play-Doh in my head, and
Yeah.
silly putty just kind of hopped in. I'm like,
Yeah.
It was a unique spelling too, Nate.
Was it?
Yeah, very. It's 2 words for
Is it? Sure.
PLAY-DOH.
Yeah.
in peace.
Now that you said it,
Play-Doh.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, now that you say it. Yeah.
Play-Doh. Yeah.
You were thinking Play-Doh, the
Aristotle.
philosopher.
That too.
Well, and the mention of Crayola was only so that we were talking about the name brand. I'm sure there's knockoffs of all toys, you know. So anyway. All right. Well, we are on to question 8. This circular toy, named after a Hawaiian dance, can be twirled around the waist, limbs, or neck.
Oh yeah, boom!
This circular
Better
toy,
bring it, B.
named after a Hawaiian dance, can be twirled around the waist, limbs, or neck.
You're not separating on that one, kid.
All right, yeah, all right.
Everyone was pretty quick to the board. Kelly's doing some last minute editing.
Just sloppy.
Okay.
I appreciate your tidiness. Sure.
All right. Let's reveal. We have hula hoop all the way around the room, and that is correct.
Right.
Right.
4 middle-aged
Another toy I didn't play with.
men. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'd fling it around my neck once in a while, but not the more traditional, right? You can get it around your arm and.
I can go to a lot of concert music festivals, and there's some proficient hippies that do some wild things with that stuff.
What is the significance of that as it's tied to the hippie culture, though? Like, I don't really understand why that's.
Drugs?
Okay, that's the simple.
I was going to go,
I guess.
yeah.
But that's you nailed it.
Eat some mushrooms, do some hula hoop, and I guess it makes sense to somebody.
Okay.
And I remember playing with it, but I don't think we ever owned one. But
It was just
they were
the
pretty
neighborhood.
cheap. They're pretty cheap, so
Yeah.
a lot of people had them. But yeah.
I made my own.
Did you?
No. Okay.
Deer antlers.
That's right.
He's never gotten close enough to a deer to look at the antlers.
Dang it.
Well, often incorrectly credited with being invented in the 1950s, this toy hoop has been used by children and adults since at least 500 BC.
Wow. That is crazy.
That's interesting.
Traditional hoop materials included willow, grapevines, and bamboo. The toy gained popularity in the 1950s and 60s when a plastic version was successfully marketed by the Whammo company.
Yeah, I heard it through there once.
Really?
Took me a minute, but I got it. Well, we have survived, or I've survived listening to you guys. 8 questions, so let's go to the bearded Vanna with the score check.
I love this nickname, by the way.
Thank you, Pat.
You got it.
All right. Currently, I'm in last with 4. Kelly has 5. Andy and Brian are tied with 6.
Hope you
Wow.
got your game
So,
face on there, big.
Everybody's still in the race.
Big B alert. Big B alert.
Still in the race. Yeah.
I love it.
All right, question number 9. I am going to give you a plus or minus 2 on this one.
Baby.
Oh boy.
Although I feel it should be a little bit wider after this game. We're going to keep it at plus or minus 2 because that's how I wrote it. In what year was the Barbie doll introduced?
I did watch the Barbie movie. I am morally opposed to it in so many different ways.
Terrible movie.
I agree.
First mistake was watching it.
Yeah. Well, my son won.
Second mistake was me having to listen to you talk about it.
So you haven't seen it.
I have not seen it.
The first mistake was making it.
Yeah, that's true. You're right.
That's the right answer.
Well, do we have years written down, or people
Yeah.
still trying to come up with a year?
I wrote something.
We got it? Okay. Well, then let's reveal. Nick has 1958. Andy with 1934. Brian with 1968. And Kelly with 1952. We do have a correct answer as it pertains to plus or minus 2 because the correct answer is 1959.
Who was that?
Boom.
Nicholas.
Dang.
Staying in
Dropping
the game.
knowledge.
Staying in the game.
1954? No.
9.
59.
That was a dumb year. I don't know.
Nothing
Anything good happened in 1959 other than Barbie came around?
All right. Well, introduced on March 9th, 1959, this fashion doll was based on a German doll that creator Ruth Handler had purchased while in Europe. Barbie and her counterpart Ken have unfortunately been featured in video games, animated movies, a TV series, and a live-action film, just to name a few.
Tell the truth.
Yes.
Play with Barbies.
Never have.
I did. Me and my sister.
I've told this story many times.
Yeah.
I play with my G.I. Joes and my He-Mans.
Yeah.
He-Mans?
He-Mans?
He-Man. Hey-Man.
I think you said Hemans, by the way.
I mean, growing up with just another brother, no. But I think I remember, like, maybe with cousins, like Aaron, you know what I mean?
How would your dad have responded if you guys requested a
It would happen.
Barbie for
I think he would
Christmas?
have shut it down.
Yeah, I don't think we would have got one.
He would have said no.
Yeah.
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 Different.
You would,
different time.
Your dad would have given you one, wouldn't he?
No.
I don't. Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a good question for Hammer. We should find that out.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's get into it with question number 10. I believe we have a 3-way tie.
We have a 2-way tie for first and a 2-way tie for second.
Oh,
right.
everybody's live, baby.
Well, this question's big.
Okay. Well, here we go. This electronic toy resembling a hamster or owl-like creature was released in 1998. The toy speaks a unique language at first, but is programmed to start speaking English words and phrases over time to resemble the process of learning English.
My heart is racing at an abnormal pace for sitting here with you goons doing trivia. I'm so nervous
toys,
about
about
this,
toys.
about toys. But I think I got it.
I know the
I
toy,
hope
but
you
I don't.
I know you do.
I know the toy,
have
but
it?
I don't.
I think I do.
Okay. Well, let me read it again while you're puzzling over the question. This electronic toy resembling a hamster or owl-like creature was released in 1998. The toy speaks a unique language at first, but is programmed to start speaking English words and phrases over time to resemble the process of learning English.
You still thinking, Nick?
I wrote something down.
I'm afraid Andy might have it, and I'm going to punch him.
I think I do. I don't know. Do you have it, Kelly? You think you're good? You think you got a pretty good guess on it?
I think I have a good guess.
B, where are you at?
No. I know the toy, but
I'm right here.
Yeah.
All right. I think everyone is ready to reveal. As Andy and Kelly wait to reveal at the last second.
Yeah, we both got the same answer.
Kelly wrote Furby, Brian wrote Speak It, Andy wrote Furby, and Nick wrote Furby.
Hey, Andy.
And the correct answer is Furby.
Dang it.
Boom!
Dang.
Beautiful.
Ah.
I did throw something at him.
Yeah, you did.
Well, before we celebrate the win, let me tell you a little bit about Furby. I know you're dying to know more about
I can't wait.
No thanks.
speed it up. Don't care.
Okay.
Oh, B.
Hard pass.
Now I feel bad.
Furby became a must-have toy following its holiday season launch in 1998. Its speaking capabilities were translated into 14 languages. There was a common misconception that the toy could repeat words that were spoken around them, which led to several intelligence agencies banning them from their offices.
There you go.
I kind of remember this toy.
It was. I remember it.
It was on the
maybe
news.
not the first one.
It was a big
like
deal.
Tickle Me Elmo was the first one, but one of the first ones that like people were killing each other over and selling crazy high on eBay and things like that.
Yeah.
Right? It was the hot item that year, but it was one of the earlier times because the internet was pretty new at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I remember it
Yeah.
vaguely. Yeah.
Well, I think we have an outright winner, which means we will not get to the tiebreaker question,
That is correct.
which was about Lincoln Logs.
Oh, beautiful. Was that the answer? No, it couldn't
No,
have been the answer.
no.
How many came in a box?
So, with that, Nick,
Well, Kelly, Brian, and myself all finished with 6. Andrew, 7.
I really
Congratulations.
give myself the
Congrats,
the awesome
buddy.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good job,
Thank
man.
you.
I don't like when he wins because he never plays and he wins.
I know. 20% is awesome.
Took it to the edge.
Good thing you're the host.
I like being the host. Nice job, Scotty.
Yep. Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
that coming
Good job,
in.
Scott.
You did okay.
Yeah.
I feel good about it.
I like the snarkiness. Bring a little more of that funk to the room.
I'll do my best.
Your best impersonation of Bob.
Go on.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, that takes us to our bonus question. And I know we all had a variety of toys growing up, but tell us about your favorite toy and why was it your favorite? Just while you guys get a chance to think that through, unless you got an answer.
We've already done this.
How so?
Pretty sure we talked about our favorite toys in the previous episode.
I think we did, maybe.
In our last episode?
No, in a
I don't-
previous.
just-
Oh,
I don't-
in a
I don't
previous
think we
episode.
did.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, let's recap it
I
here.
have a terrible memory, so
We talked about our favorite cartoons, which could overlap actually with our favorite toys. In fact, mine probably does. It's all the favorite cartoons:
Yeah.
the He-Man,
No.
the Transformers,
well,
GI Joes.
I'll start. Yeah, mine is GI Joe.
Yeah.
That was it for me. Having the GI Joes, having the Terror Dome, just all the bases. It was just
What was the like the epic item? The aircraft carrier.
the aircraft carrier or the Terror Dome.
There you go. Yeah, and then boy, I really enjoyed Star Wars. I had a bunch of X-wings. I'm sure I had the Millennium Falcon, things like that, and did a lot of the imagination stuff. Creating these sky battles, and then shout out to Robot Chicken, one of the greatest shows that has ever lived. The crossover, right? He-Man jumps on one of the Millennium Falcon, whatever, and all of a sudden a Transformer comes up. The crossover was always the most fun for me.
Yeah, can Sergeant Slaughter beat Skeletor?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I mean, we had G.I. Joes for sure. I'm going to say the WWF action figures, the wrestlers.
Nice.
Like we had, I don't know if you guys remember, like the
ring?
foot tall. We had the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the foot tall rubber ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had those.
Like the stretchy.
They would
ones,
stretch
right?
a little bit.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
Oh,
yeah.
you talking about the wrestlers?
Yeah,
We had some
And
of
then-
those.
and then
I didn't
they-
like
and then they had
wrestling,
the
but I
thumb
like
ones.
those.
Yes, they also had the thumb ones.
yeah.
I remember the big
I had
rubber
the,
ones.
I had the big ones too.
Yeah,
I
the
remember-
big rubber ones. Yeah,
I remember those. Yeah,
I remember like we had Hulk Hogan, Big John Studd.
Junkyard Dog.
I remember. Yeah,
had
yeah,
Macho
yes,
Man.
because
Yeah.
some of them would come with
Ultimate Warrior.
accessories.
Yeah.
Ultimate Warrior.
But
Yeah.
we didn't have the Ultimate Warrior. We had
Jimmy
Paul. We had
Superfly.
what is he called? Mr. Natural, Paul Orndorff.
Okay.
Remember that name? Like the dude was shredded,
Oh,
right?
you're just making stuff up.
No.
I thought it'd be like we had the Ultimate Soldiers, like a rip off or something.
Yeah, that's
No,
right. Right.
generic,
That's
you know?
funny.
we took Paul Orndorff and painted like to make him look like the
to
Ultimate
make him
Warrior.
the
Yes.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yes. So those resonate with me.
Yeah.
The WWF rubber wrestler.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
How about
I enjoyed a good lawn dart game because it was
Oh,
a fatal
classic.
fatal weapon falling from the sky. Run for your life.
Well, do you remember we found the video game at the bar?
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Sure.
amazing.
Yeah.
That was
that-
a fantastic.
Is that the
night.
one in O'Fallon?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
And they had the
remember that
lawn
night.
dart game with the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, that was fantastic.
And I'm pretty sure we used a hula hoop as where you were trying to
Yeah,
throw this
more or
ball
less.
into.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite was probably Nerf guns.
Oh, yeah.
Love
that's a
some
great answer.
good Nerf gun battles.
Nerf gun
For sure.
Yeah, that you could do after dark or even around the house on a rainy day.
Yeah, outside games were much more limited. It feels like things like bags and washers and things
we had
like
a
that.
tetherball pole in our yard.
Yeah,
Nice.
tetherball.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great game. And badminton. Those have all been
badminton,
around.
yeah.
for a while.
Connect 4.
There you go.
Connect 4. He just mic dropped Connect 4 because he's the all-time world champion.
Except
evidently.
at the peanut.
Oh, really?
One time.
Brian took him down at the peanut.
You had a bad
I won
night.
twice and he quit.
You had a bad night.
Well, that's great. Thanks again, Scott, for hosting that trivia. Before we cut loose, I want to draw attention to the fact that this is our 26th episode. We have been at this for half a year now. The response has been just outstanding. Everybody is so complimentary. In fact, we'd love for you to roast us a little bit just to give us something to work on.
That'd be great.
And I asked Nick to throw together. We do keep stats on who wins and what their scores are and things of that nature. So I asked Nick to put a couple of numbers together just to recap the first half year of this show. So what do you have for us, Nick?
So these stats are prior to this episode.
Sure.
At the point at this time of day or date, we had released I think 14 episodes, and we have now. When I pull these stats, we have recorded 24. So just to give people some context.
Yeah, to give you a little peek behind
Yes.
the curtain, we get together once a week. We record 2 episodes when we get together. There are weeks that we can't get together, or we've only done 1, but we are recording this, for example, in November, and you should be listening to it at the end of January. So
Yes.
that gives you an idea.
Yes.
So
So
that's what he's talking
like through 13 episodes, our top ranked episode as of right now is the Pixar episode.
about. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that one's skyrocketed.
that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, at this point in time, we have listeners in 13 countries. 13.
They love us.
Awesome.
Still can't believe it.
Fantastic.
Still can't believe
That
that.
is cool.
Do you have a list of the countries? If I
Yeah, let me
okay?
get to it.
I want to hear it.
No,
If
we
that's
yeah,
okay.
you
I
can
can
pull
get
it
to
up
it real fast.
Yes. While he's looking that up, again, at this point in time, before this episode was recorded, Scott has the most wins. He has 7. All right. Let's see what else we have here. Scott also has the highest average of correct answers per 10 questions
gotta
at
fix that.
6.1.
Is anybody
Can't
Can't
surprised
give him
by
the
these
triple
stats?
crown.
Yeah.
Are we surprised by this?
What's the third category of the triple crown? And I hope it's something.
Let's see. What else would he have for the? Well, I mean, questions answered correctly wins.
Total questions would be the third one.
Total questions answered. That would be going to Kelly Norwood.
Are you sure?
He has
Over
the,
Brian?
He has the most questions answered correctly.
Oh, correctly. My
Correctly.
mistake.
Brian has the most.
Brian's played every game.
Brian has played every game. Kelly
the
has
only
missed
one.
one.
Yeah.
But Kelly has more questions answered
Yeah, I
correctly.
gotcha.
Which that number is, let's see here. Most correct answers. Kelly, again, at 24 episodes, it was 128 questions answered correctly.
Well, that also has to do with I haven't hosted one either.
Yeah,
Scott
not
and Andy
hosted.
have not
the role.
played in a few. So
Right.
Kelly also has the most second place finishes. Again,
That we have already talked about.
at 24 episodes, he has finished second 15
so
times.
why is how
second
does he
place
not
is the
have?
first because there's gonna be like 3 episodes where you guys can contested my answers, or I've contested, and they should have been right. I got to stop talking.
I hear you. But it's funny to me.
I'm getting flustered.
that Kelly has so many wins and so many seconds, but Scott has the most correct answers.
No, he has the highest average. Kelly has the most correct answers.
That's right.
He's competed the most.
Gotcha.
Scotty has hosted.
Yeah.
Do the average numbers. They're really close.
As far as correct. Well, I don't have them all on this the sheet right here, but it was Scott has 5.1, and then
No, Scott's like 6 point.
Scott says 6.1, and then Andy's like 5.8 something. You're 5.8 something. I'm 5.8 something. No, was that not it? I can look for it if we need to. All right, some other quick ones though. The first win overall, if you don't remember, episode 1 was me,
Nicholas,
Nick won
baseball
that.
trivia.
Yes,
Right,
baseball
right.
trivia.
As one he should probably win.
Yes, I also threw the first perfect game.
Yeah.
Let's not forget that we've had 4 total
Cooking.
Yes, the
Quotations.
the cooking terms. I won that one. Yes, and I think that's all. Andy has the best win percentage. Again, before this episode, you're batting 500.
I'm over now, aren't I?
4 for 8. Now you're 5 for 9. How
about that?
That is very impressive.
Very impressive.
Pretty proud of that.
Just stick to
Congrats.
hosting, okay?
Yeah. Please don't play anymore.
Remember the Titans. Now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another one.
And then, thank you.
Dynamite
Appreciate
drop.
that. And finally, the lowest round score, there's a 3-way tie between myself, Scott, and Brian. We've all scored 2 one round.
Well, I know
I
what mine
appreciate
was.
that you keep that.
I think you may have done it twice, B, or maybe something like that.
Probably
but we have
more.
all scored.
Was yours cooking?
Yeah.
Because mine was
His was
3 on that one. I bet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Mine was 10.
Yes, I
Yeah.
remember. Well, thank
Nobody
you.
asked.
I didn't put that one on here, but the largest margin of victory might have been my cooking episode.
Oh, boy, that would be
I
hard
would
to
hope so.
dispute.
I beat the crap out of you people.
Yeah. Here's the countries, by the way, from least to greatest.
Yes, thank you.
India, Mexico, Costa Rica, Singapore, Bangladesh, Ireland, Germany, Canada, Belgium, Australia. They love us in Russia,
Yes.
UK, and a few of us have listened from the United States.
Nice.
A couple islands.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
One I want to lay ya and kind of like a poke ya. Sorry. I'm leaving.
PG-13. We're all right.
Fun fact: majority of our listeners are female.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is
Is that
right.
right?
Not by a big margin, but yeah,
It's
Yeah,
and
more
I think
fe-
that's because of Andy's voice.
that has to be it.
Hey, ladies and silky.
I appreciate
We should
it,
all
Tom.
start talking a little bit
So
different.
we have so much more to come. We have lots of plans to improve your experience.
Give me a
And,
mail order bride from Russia.
They love us in Russia. That's going to do it for today's episode of the Ultimate Trivia Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'd love it if you'd leave us a review. We'll see you next time with more trivia and more fun, and until then, keep your brains sharp and those bellies laughing.